Hey, this is Bobby Robinson. First off, thank you for expressing interest in the inside sales position with Guardian Home Inspections. Most people that know me and Megan know that we are involved in real estate and real estate agents helping people buy and sell homes, but not necessarily that we also own a home inspection company. So right now what I'm looking for is somebody that can handle the day-to-day sales and scheduling for the business. Full transparency is that I haven't given the business as much attention as it needs, just conflicting priorities. The business has a ton of potential, and I'm trying to get the right person in here so that it can live up to its potential and grow like I know that it can. So the big thing is obviously doing the sales. There's a few different funnels for capturing sales, and they're each unique. So the first thing is, like, from a daily sales perspective, we go on in the morning time, and it's best in the morning, right? So for agents that just recently put a house under contract for their buyer, some of them will get entered into the MLS that day. When those get entered in the MLS, we have a procedure to mine that data out, format it in Excel, and then send text messages to all those agents. Now, it's important for this that you either have some Microsoft Excel literacy or the ability to learn quickly for that. Now, for that, I have a very detailed work instruction, and I also have a video of myself doing the procedure with commentary the entire time. So it's not overwhelming. That process each day usually turns up about 30 agents in Middle Tennessee that have a client under contract, not showing. We get their name, we know the address, we send it out. For this type of lead, it's really all about speed to lead for me. So I think as fast as we can get that text message in front of them before they've scheduled with someone else gives us a much greater opportunity to capture that sale. So that's one of the activities. Now, after you send the text message, I have found that the conversion rate on these leads is extremely higher if you make a phone call. Some people think that our text message is automated, we're a bot. So if you get those 20 or 30 people and get all the text messages sent out and then follow up with a call of, hey, this is Bobby with Guardian Home Inspections, just following up on the text I sent you. Can we get that home inspection scheduled for you and your buyers? That type of thing. That the conversion rate is much, much higher. So that's the first funnel. Those are like the hot leads that we have because we know they have a current buyer that needs a home inspection. Now, there's plenty of agents that have used the same inspector forever. There's newer agents that have no preferred inspector. There's some agents that wisely don't send just one inspector to their buyers for liability reasons. Anyway, in all cases, getting that text message in front of them and making that call to them as soon as possible is a good thing. All right, so then the next sales funnel is nurturing producers. So we know which agents in our area do the most sales. I can pull that data out of the MLS. We have an Excel spreadsheet. It shows, exactly how many sales everybody makes, per year. I have emails, I have phone numbers. And to me, that's another call. And that call is just introducing or reintroducing Guardian Home Inspections to stay top of mind to those producers, because they may have a buyer that they're working with. And if we get in front of them and get our name in their head, they may direct them to us, right? So there's that. Now, this type of sales is obviously the long game, right? So the pulling the data out of the MLS, that's the short game. That's going to feed us in the short term. And the long term, we have to nurture these top producers, where whenever you get them on board with you, you're going to get one per month or two per month just because they start using us as their preferred vendor. And then the next nurture point is agents that have used us in the past. So they've used us in the past. Hopefully they still plan to use us in the past. And that's just staying in front of them, giving them a check-in. Hey, how's it going? How's business? Anything we can do to help? Are you working with any buyers that are going to need a home inspection soon? Now, all of these things that should be said to an agent over the phone, I have scripted. So I have a script that you can practice. I also have what I call objection handling. However, it's mostly here's the answer to questions that you might get from agents. So I have all of that. Everything that I can think of, I either have a process flow chart, a video, a work instruction, everything that someone should need to be successful. So whenever I go in the past, doing all of this consistently will have extreme value. I have never been extremely consistent like we need to be with this. I can tell you that there have been decent amount of stretches where I will make those texts and make 10 to 15 phone calls to agents. And when I do that, I can book between 6 and 10 inspections a week. So I've proven that formula, doing the bare minimum, kind of those hot, leads, doing that I can do that. The problem with calling hot leads and not having a nurture plan is that you're always just hand to mouth. You're trying to find the next hot lead just so you can book inspections. That more long-term follow-up is how the business will build and snowball on itself. But even with that, whenever I was just being consistent there, like I said, pretty easy to average 8 inspections a week. Obviously, as this business grows, I would hope to see, within a year to 18 months, us up to, 16 to 18 inspections on average a week. So that's the sales side. After the sales, you have appointment management. So that's getting the address of the home that's inspected, entering it into our HomeGauge software. That's where the inspection report is completed and everything. So entering it there, if there's any termite, radon, any type of third-party testing or inspection that needs to be done, coordinating with them. I have that supplier list for us. And then making sure that we have the appointment confirmed with the list agent, getting entry information, making sure our inspector knows that we booked an inspection so they know they have one that day. So that's kind of and then client communication, letting the buyer know, like an email goes out with the software, but send them a text, hey, your inspection's been scheduled. This is how the inspection works. If you plan to attend, here's what you do. All of those are canned messages that I've created inside an app on the cell phone that this position is issued. So have a pretty decent foundation for how to do all this. Past the generating leads and sales, managing appointments, the only other thing is to track, basically it's to track the inspection. So you're gonna have an Excel database where you put the inspection in, what the price was, who the inspector was. That helps me generate payroll each week. It helps us track how many inspections we're getting per week, and it helps me track the P&L for the company. So all that said, how does pay structure work? So this is a pay per performance type of position. It's a sales type of role. Each inspection that is booked is $55. If you get a termite added on or a radon added on, either one of those are $10 each. I would say in general, the average inspection booked is around that $65 mark. So you can imagine at 8 inspections booked per week, whatever, you're right around that $500 per week. As the business grows, if the right things are done, making those nurture calls, building relationships, and we get to 20 inspections per week, that's pretty easy. That's going to be around that $1,200 per week. And really the sky is the limit. There's really nothing that would prevent us from building this business to, a 10 inspector business. And having to hire new people. You know, the sky's the limit. If the right tasks are done with discipline, I am more than confident that we have the right system in place and we have the right tasks in place to make extreme growth. The reason the position is pay for performance is because this can be a work from home position. So obviously I can't be there to manage and oversee and know that the tasks are being completed. So that's why it's a pay per situation. Ideally, the person that takes this role will spend at least a couple of days in the office with me in Hendersonville, kind of going through this, watching me make the calls, working through all of the work instructions, basically getting a grasp of it. And it doesn't have to be 2 or 3 days. It could be as long as this person chooses. I know that this position is attractive for some because of the work from home scenario. If that training needs to happen on Saturdays or Sundays or evenings, I can accommodate all of that. So the important thing is I get the right person in here for a business that has a ton of potential, and the business and that person grow together. So if this interests you, I look forward to discussing it more. And please call or text me at 615-970-8098. We'll set up a time to talk. Thank you.